Hi, welcome to the Go-Go Juice podcast. I'm Day.
And I'm Giulia, and this is your go-to dose of girl talk. Welcome to a new episode of the Go-Go Juice podcast.
Welcome, everybody.
Finally. Well, not finally. That's kind of sad. But, we're kind of happy we're back to the girl talk. A little bit of chit-chat today.
We're a lot of chit-chat today.
About it. Yeah, there's not much of a script. Not that we had a script for the London Book Fair, but as you heard, it was more of a professional episode.
Yeah.
But today we just really need to get it out.
We do.
Yeah.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We just need to gossip a bit.
We do actually. Desperately need to just let that part of us kind of shine and take the forefront for a moment.
So we were having breakfast on Friday and we were like, okay, so what should we talk about on Monday while we record? So an idea came in my mind. I was like, Daily, actually, I was Googling, and I swear to God, in my free time, I just Google random things. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I was Googling hard truth about living in your 20s. And I found so many interesting things that I was like, we could actually have an episode on the podcast about this.
Yeah.
So Daylin agreed. Thank you, Day.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Julia. And now here we are. This is what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, it's going to be all about it. So there's going to be a lot to talk about. We're going to have some inputs, some starting points, but then God knows where we're going to end up.
Yeah, no, truly. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where the conversation takes us.
Really excited.
God only knows. We love to chat, so
we do.
Here we are, and we're ready to chat.
We're ready to chat.
I'm going to read this first one.
Yes, please.
We kind of have a list that we're working with. And so the first bullet point says, nobody really knows what they're doing, except for us today. It took us, 20 minutes to set up?
We were so quick today.
It's
the 4th episode out, but we actually recorded more. So it's a good month since we started this whole project, right? After a month, we can finally say we figured out how to use the recording studio. It's not that easy, but we figured it out.
Yeah.
We're really quick. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Okay.
Well, isn't that just so true?
It's really true. It's a bit scary, though, isn't it? That nobody really knows what they're doing.
That we're all just kind of playing it by ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so while I was writing my notes about this, because I write notes, sorry, I need to write my notes, but that
we love you. We love your notes.
That reminded me of the fact that I actually like imagining everyone as their children's self in an adult's body. It's something I really like to do because I feel like now we're adults. We had more experiences. We learn stuff. We learn to listen to ourselves. We learn to listen to our emotion. But still, do we really know what we are doing? Does it make sense in your head?
Yeah, that makes
It's something
sense.
that I do. To me, we're all just children at the end of the day in a grown-up body.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Because even I was thinking, the way children just go with the flow and just try to enjoy their life. At the end of the day, children just want to be happy and have fun. When I was a kid, I used to switch game every 5 minutes because I got bored. Because at the end of the day, the only thing I was doing, the only thing that I wanted was to be happy and have fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we're trying to do as adults as well. In a way, we're just trying to do things that makes us happy.
I think as children, we have this built-in sense of wonder and wander, right? We kind of lose that within ourselves a little bit as we get older.
Yeah.
Not that it goes away entirely, but it shifts focus. We turn away from ourselves, our surroundings, into what the future is quote unquote supposed to be. And that's where we put that energy. Nobody actually knows what. I'm sorry, nobody really knows what they're doing and how they want to be doing it and where they're going to be doing it. We're all just kind of figuring it out one day at a time. Un jour à la fois. It's really, it is.
Isn't it so true? And it's the same for everyone. I feel like even big names in big companies, sometimes I imagine them and I'm like, they're actually not that different from me at the end of the day. Their thoughts before going to sleep, they're probably the same.
Yeah.
They probably are not that sure either about what they're doing. They do, but they don't.
I love the thought of the Penguin Random House CEO going to bed and being like, God, what a day. Aren't you just all of us, actually?
I know.
That's so true. That's very true.
Yeah. I don't know about the children thing. Is it something you do as well? Do you ever imagine people as their children's self?
I do. I've heard people say that thinking that way infantilizes us, and I don't think that's necessarily true. I think it goes back to your childhood self is the core being of who you are. before you were shaped and molded by different experiences and expectations of the world. So in that sense, I 100% agree. Like little 6-year-old day is who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Truly.
It's a bit weirdy of a thought, but I do have it.
That's a
fun.
good thought.
And actually, bracket. Is it too open
Bracket.
to open a bracket? I
No,
think
it's
not.
never
It's
too early for a bracket.
never too soon for a bracket. I do feel so connected to my children's self. Sometimes it's scary. Do you
Really?
feel connected to like the little day as well? I just sometimes feel like my thoughts are like, of course, are shaped by experience and years and all of that, but like my thoughts are really similar to the some thoughts, not all of them, to the thoughts I had when I was younger, or like some fears and insecurities. They are different, but the core of them, it's kind of the same.
Kind of the same.
So I don't know.
Your core being.
Yeah. Do you feel connected to your children day?
I do.
You do.
More at some times than others. Like I think when I'm being really creative or I'm super comfortable around people, then it really brings it out of me. It's just like this joy and excitement. I'm all bubbly and I'm gonna talk your ear off, you know. And I do in those situations. That's more sweet. So I would say.
That's weird. So nobody really knows what they're doing.
No.
I think
if you do, please tell us how.
Yeah.
That's super cool for you.
And for it to be the first sentence that came up when I Googled hard truth about living in your 20s, I feel like it's really connected to the fact that everyone says that like your 20s are characterized by this huge uncertainty about the future. And it is true. I am not settling down right now in this phase of my life, in my early 20s. It's all a big uncertainty. I don't know where I'm gonna be in a year. I don't know where I'm gonna be in 6-8 months, actually, probably. Yeah. But it's actually a conversation I'm having with my friends a lot, because lately we're talking about what we're gonna do after the MA and stuff like that. I should be embracing the uncertainty a bit more, and instead of looking at it as a hard truth, being like, maybe it's actually an opportunity. We don't know what we're doing, but that's fine. It means a lot of doors can open up.
I think it's more than just being fine. I think that's actually how it's supposed to be. I think that's kind of the point of your 20s, is not knowing what you're doing. Because then you get back to that exploring yourself, and you get back to maybe understanding the people around you a little bit more. Because if nobody knows what they're doing and we can all recognize that and see that as truth, then isn't it so much easier to connect with the people around you, knowing that we're all trying life out for the first time and it's going to be different for all of us? But isn't that the beauty of it? Not knowing gives you room to play and let life happen to you a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I so agree. That's really sweet. You're right. We should just enjoy it as it is, because there is no way around it.
No.
We are gonna be uncertain for a while. Our life is gonna be kind of uncertain for a while. So we may as well just frame it this way.
Absolutely.
And just embrace it this way.
Just embrace it. Embrace the uncertainty. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
I like that as well. All right. Truth number 2?
Truth number 2.
That's a hard one as well.
That is a hard one.
Well, all of them are going to be hard. You will probably feel behind. This is the second one that we wrote down in our list. Ouch.
Ouch. You know what? True, though.
Yeah.
Very true. I don't know about you. Sometimes I think it's really easy. It's interesting that this comes up after the statement that nobody really knows what they're doing. Knowing that in one hand and then also in the other, being like, oh, I'm so far behind. Even though we just recognized nobody actually knows what they're doing. How can I be behind when there's no set path?
Thank you very much
for
saying that. Yes, because all of us are on different journeys and on different paths and on different timelines. Not that there is a timeline, but you know what I mean? Comparison is so bad. And I think that the core thing that makes us then feel miserable in being, oh my God, I'm comparing myself to someone else. I actually know nothing about them, their life, their experiences, their emotions, but I'm still comparing to them because maybe, thank you, social media, but like maybe I see them on social media and of course I just see the good part and the happy parts of their life. Brackets, silly little social media.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting a bit frustrated with social media lately.
Yeah.
Because they're really bad for comparison. Like for this whole, you will probably feel behind, and this whole comparing yourself to people, I think that social media is the worst thing for us in our 20s. Because that's all you do when you open up Instagram, honestly. You just look at other people's lives and you look at their happiness and you're like, oh my God, I should do 20 travels a year as well. And I should be doing
I
100 things
know.
a day as well. And I should eat, I should wake up at 5 a.m., have a cold shower, go to run, and then have another shower and get ready for. Stop.
No,
That's not
no, stop.
manageable.
So stop.
Thank
I
you.
don't understand the need to share every element of ourselves in such a false way.
Mm.
Like, if you want to share yourself on social media, absolutely, I support that. You can do whatever you want to do. But, like, make it honest.
Mm-hmm.
When we're curating ourselves to such an extreme, we aren't actually ourselves anymore. We're a poster child for what we want to be. And I think that speaks to the insecurity that comes out of social media. And
Yeah.
as you're talking about with comparison, the more you compare yourself to other people, the more I think you take on some of their traits.
Mm.
And you might not even mean to. And eventually down the road, you're going to become this amalgamation of 40 people that you've never actually met, that you've just seen their feeds on social media. And where are you?
Mm.
Where's little Giulia hanging out amongst all that mess and all of that noise?
That's really true. It's completely fine if you want to share yourself on social media. That's a bit of what we're doing like right now as well.
Yeah.
We're sharing a bit of ourselves, but like don't be scared to share the hard part of life as well. Don't be scared to share your low moments or your emotions, like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if not, then it can affect people and be like, oh my God, I'm not supposed to be feeling that way because no one else does.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do something that is really helpful actually. Is it working? I don't know. But in the morning, I try to not look at my phone for like the first 20, 30 minutes. I used to be, and I'm still kind of really bad at that because I usually sleep with my phone on do not disturb.
Oh, good for
And
you.
that's useful actually because when you wake up in the morning, your screen doesn't show you instantly all the notifications. So I can actively choose to not look at them for 20 minutes until after breakfast. And I've been doing it for just 2 weeks, I would say, not that long, but I feel like it's helping.
That's good.
It's kind of helping because if not, I open up my notifications straight away. And even before getting out of bed, I start answering people or I start
Yes.
see like problems. So there's things to do or things to handle during the day. That's so bad. Let me
It
have
is
my
so
coffee first,
bad.
maybe.
No, truly, I'm the same way.
Are
I feel like
you?
the first thing I do in the morning, it's more like a chore than something I actually
Yeah.
enjoy doing. My brain is like, no, you actually have to do this. No, I don't.
Mm.
No, I really don't. What I
Mm.
need to do is go for a walk in the sunshine, read a book, chat in person to my friends who live just right downstairs. We're 6 inches of wall between us. And that's so much healthier than all the rest of that.
It is.
Yeah.
You will probably feel behind in career, money, relationships, look, success, all of it, they say. But see, all of these things career, money, relationships, look, success they look different for each one of us.
Absolutely.
So, hard one.
That is a hard one. We did say that we're trying not to curate as much, or that we would appreciate a social media that isn't so highly curated, and that we should share the low points. So then, if we're saying you'll probably feel behind, should we share something we feel behind in?
Scary.
It is scary. I think
Okay.
that's why we should do it.
Okay.
We should do things that scare us. It makes us
we
bigger,
have
bolder,
to do
better
it.
people.
We have to do it now because we gotta be true to our audience.
We
just
do
said,
actually. Hey guys,
you gotta show us the bad parts of your life. So okay,
So here we go.
let's do it. Give me a second to
Yeah, I need to think about this.
Oh my god, that's so scary. Okay,
It is scary.
reading this list, I actually felt behind. Apart from money, it's something I'm not stressing about too much right now because I'm lucky enough to have the help of my parents right now while I'm studying. Career, relationships, and looks mostly are three things that sometimes I do overthink about myself. So, career. Honestly, again, not that there is a timeline, but I feel like I'm not behind in a sense that every year of my life, at least since high school, I'm actually building toward a bigger project that is like the dream job. It's not like I was ever steady in the sense of like not moving forward.
Right.
So I shouldn't feel behind because I'm actively working toward my dream job. And I'm 20. How old am I? 23?
Yeah.
Like, chill.
No, you're killing it. You're 23 in an MA in a
Chill.
country that you are not from. Like, you're
Yeah.
absolutely knocking it out of the park.
But still, sometimes, oh my God, if I don't find a job straight after my MA finishes, and if I have to sit down around for the whole day applying for jobs that I get rejected from, I would feel a failure. And
Mm-hmm.
I get this like fear of failing, even if it's something that didn't happen yet. And also, if I look at myself from the outside, I'm like, Giulia, even if you spend 6 months without a job, that would not be ideal. You wouldn't be happy,
Mm-hmm.
but that's fine.
Yeah.
You can manage. You can get a side job. You can earn some money in the meantime and wait for the perfect job to come your way. And
Mm-hmm.
it's still going to be fine. You're still going to be kind of young enough to start to build your dream. It's easy to fall into that trap of being like, oh my God, you're my same age and you're working in one of the big fives. So,
Yeah, isn't that
from that
true?
point of view, I'm a bit like, am I behind? No, but
No, I know what you mean.
okay.
It's like you go
Yeah.
onto LinkedIn and you see everybody and they're like, I'm 24 and I've been working here for 5 years
Yeah.
and I'm going to be CEO Tuesday, you know? And I'm like, oh my God, girl, good for you. That's
Mm.
so great. Also, I am sitting here in bed trying to get this assessment done. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't actually think you're ever too old to start to chase your dream job. I
Oh no.
also think everyone has more than one dream job.
Mm.
And
Oh,
I
we
think
were
you
talking
should.
about it.
Yeah, you
Yes.
should have more than one dream job. I think as you change, your dreams change with you.
You can switch your career at 35, at 40, at 45,
35,
whenever,
36, 37, whenever you want.
whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
My mom quit it. Sorry, mom, I'm exposing you, but I love you. My mom quitted her job 2 years ago to explore something really similar but different. Like, she's still in the same kind of industry. And she left the certainty of a stable job to go on and explore something for herself at
Good
what,
for
50?
her.
So you can. And
Yeah.
she's way happier. So shout out to her, you
Yes.
know.
Shout out to her. Yay.
Thank you, mommy.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Before I go ahead with relationships, do you want to share something you feel behind in?
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
will. I was thinking about it while you were sharing with the class, and I feel like something I feel behind in is advocating for myself, my ability to advocate for myself. I feel like I have a difficult time saying no in situations. I'm very much a people pleaser. I want to say yes, I want to help you, and then my own to-do list starts to grow and it's like
Mm,
overflowing, and I'll still say yes to the next thing you ask me to do. Or I'll have a hard time saying how I feel in certain situations,
mm,
ensuring that I'm placing my own needs before the other person's. And so I think that's something that I'm trying to work on
mm,
this year. I feel behind because I see other people who are really good at advocating for themselves and they have really healthy communication styles and it seems to come so easily to them.
mm.
Maybe that's more of what it is. It's the ease of being able to advocate for myself is what I feel behind in.
Okay, that's really vulnerable of
It
you. Thank you for
is.
sharing.
Yeah,
But
of
that's so
course.
true. It's a whole journey getting to know yourself. So that's
Mhm.
hard. But
Yeah.
you are in that journey. Like, you're doing that journey.
Yeah, we're
So
doing it.
you're already like a good step ahead. You're
Thank you.
fine.
Yes, aren't we
Oh,
working on it?
we
You
are
know.
working on
You
it.
know.
That's really sweet of you for sharing that,
Of
though.
course.
Okay. Do you have anything else? I actually would say something about relationships and looks as well.
I feel like the advocating comes into relationships as
That's
well.
it.
If we're going to talk about feeling behind in
Mm.
relationships, can we just say like,
That's so scary.
it's so easy to
Yes.
feel behind in relationships, not necessarily in having a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but even in the relationship that you are with, feeling behind your partner in some ways
Mm.
is such an odd situation to find yourself in
Mm-hmm.
because this is somebody that you have clearly matched with and you sync in a lot of different ways. Now, of course, opposites can attract, and not everything about you and your partner is the same, nor should it be. But I think, and again, it's that comparison being the thief
It
of
is.
joy. You compare yourself to your partner, and you're like, how is this working out? It's this weird situation. Does you know what I
I
mean?
do know what you mean. It's so hard because at the end of the day, it's two people meeting, and those two people are gonna be in different times in their life, at different like stages of their life.
Different
So of
seasons,
course, yes, of course, someone is gonna have more experience in something, and the other partner is gonna have maybe more in another.
like part of that relationship.
Exactly. But I do see what you mean in being like, oh my God, you know all this already. Maybe you're experienced all this already with someone else and I did not. So how is it going to work now?
Mm-hmm.
Because you already did all of that, but that's going to be the first time for me. So I don't know.
Right?
Or like even in communication, maybe someone learned to communicate some specific feelings to someone else already.
Mhm.
And the other partner maybe doesn't even know how to listen to themselves yet. So that's really
Oh.
hard because it's
Mhm.
like, you know how to do this. You're good at this. I would love to be good at this as well. I would love to be a good communicator as well, but I'm not yet.
Mhm.
Are you willing to wait for me and
Yeah.
wait for me to go on that journey of first getting to know myself and then learning to communicate that to you? There's so many layers in a relationship where
There
you can feel
are.
like ahead and behind, and that's scary. You need to trust maybe your partner in kind of waiting for you to do
Mhm.
that for yourself.
Can I say, you said something really interesting
Did I? Thank
about
you.
like, will you wait for me?
Hmm.
I think maybe if we're talking about feeling behind, we could remedy this so much more if we were all so much more patient, not just with ourselves, but with everybody else. Put that hand behind us to pull the people with us forward a little bit. Like, we wouldn't feel so behind.
No, that's really true. That's really connected to what you said in the beginning of the episode as well. It'll be like, at the end of the day, no one knows what they're doing.
Mm-mm.
So let's be gentle with
Yeah.
everyone because we're all just figuring it out.
Yeah. Oh, Julia, thank you for being vulnerable with
No,
us.
that's what it's all about. But no, I do have two more things.
Mm.
Relationships. Do I feel behind? Oh my God, yes. I do. I do, but also,
Mhm.
so I never had a relationship. I had some random connections, and that's fine. But
Mhm.
when you are dating someone or seeing someone, I feel like I still enter in that familiarity of being with someone and sharing time with someone.
Mhm.
Your life can change really quickly. A person that you don't know can become really important really quickly. So even if I do feel like sometimes you do feel people at our age that are already married with two kids, you
Oh,
know,
don't I
and
know
then
it? No, I know.
and then you're like, oh, maybe I should start thinking about settling down as well. It's not like you can go out there and be like, okay, today I'm gonna find my husband. But
Mhm.
still, even the fact that I don't know where I'm gonna end up with my job, that's gonna make it hard for me to find a partner because if I'm not stable in one place, how can I expect myself to settle down with someone?
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's really hard. I feel behind, but I don't feel in a rush because I know that when it happens, then that's it. Does it make sense?
That absolutely makes sense.
Thank you.
You can feel behind and also not be rushing to quote unquote catch up.
Yeah, because I feel like love comes really naturally, really quickly when it's meant to come.
Mhm.
And why wouldn't I trust the universe to send me someone at the right moment? You know what I mean?
You know, I do. I think connections are valuable because it's
Yeah,
experience.
that's hard. Yeah, especially that's so hard. I'm so conflicted though because this mindset is mostly for like the settle down Julia. Because right now, living around the world, not knowing where I'm gonna end up, maybe that's true actually.
Do you feel like settle down
I don't know.
Julia and have a connection Julia are the same person or two
No.
different people? Two different people.
Um, I feel like what I just said, I'm gonna reconsider what I just said.
Mhm.
So, settle down, Julia. Julia that has a stable job and is building a life in one city
Mhm.
is not gonna look for random connections anyways,
Right.
because that's not what she wants.
Mhm.
Julia that doesn't know where she's gonna end up in 8 months can do whatever she wants.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she's gonna grow with those connections. So yeah, love is
Yeah.
random. Like we don't have to rush it. It's fine.
No, we don't have to rush it.
But yeah, I do feel behind.
Oh, that's so real though. Settle down, Julia.
one,
I get it.
one last thing that I feel behind in is like in my appearance.
Mhm.
When someone looks at me, could they tell that I'm 23? When I look in the mirror, I'm like, you do not look your age. You look like such a child.
Thank you for
You
saying that.
and it's so hard as a woman because I'm like,
Yes.
is am I a woman or am I still a teenager?
Oh,
Like,
that's so.
I
Thank you
don't
so
know.
much for saying that
And
because
I
that is
love
so
my
true.
body. I did such a huge journey with my therapist like a couple of years ago. I mean, like
Mhm.
accepting my body. But still, sometimes it's kind of weird because I look in the mirror and I see my younger self, you know. So,
I will say I'm turning 26 this year. I felt like that all the time
do
at
you?
23, where I'd like pass myself in the mirror and I'm like, okay, so I'm still 17. I didn't feel like a
Mm.
woman because I felt like I was still in that, not the mindset, but some of us just have baby faces and it takes
Mm-hmm.
a minute to catch up. But now at 26, I had this really interesting chat with my aunt. Me and my aunt are the exact same person.
Oh,
It is,
really?
I'm like a copy and paste looks wise of my mom, copy and paste personality wise of my aunt. And I was having this talk with her and I was like, do you ever look in the mirror and really feel like you look your age? And she was like, no, absolutely not.
Really?
No, never. She is, I think, 43 this year.
Okay.
And she's like, I look in the mirror, I'm 25. I think maybe it's just part of who we are as people. Maybe we all have this magical age that once we've hit it, there's some part of us that kind of solidifies, and that is who we are for the rest of our life.
But that doesn't mean we are behind.
No.
That's just like being human.
It is being human.
Thank you very much.
You can't be behind and be human at the same time. I think that's actually impossible. Oh, good! Yay!
Oh, we stayed a bit on the you will probably feel behind topic.
We did. We had a lot to
We
say.
had a lot to say.
Which is
Alright.
good.
It's
I
good.
think, yeah.
It's absolutely good.
Our next one, we're saying some friendships will not last. Not every close friend is meant for every phase of life. Growing apart does not always mean betrayal. Sometimes it just means that you are changing.
I'm gonna cry.
There are
Oh,
seasons of life, Giulia, and not everyone has to be in every season. They don't.
that's really sad, but that's really
Is it
freeing.
Is it sad? Yeah, I would say it's more freeing. And that doesn't mean that like what we had in the past wasn't like a really meaningful connection, but I think it's a beautiful thing to know that different loves last different lifetimes.
I think you gotta force yourself to see it in that lens, in the freeing lens, because it can be really easy experiencing a friendship. I do think about you guys sometimes, the people I met here in Exeter, and being like, we have this super strong connection right now. We text each other every day. We see each other every day. We hang out every week.
We started a podcast.
We started a podcast, but then it's like, some of you are gonna stay in my life, not each one of you. And it's hard to think about it while you're experiencing it, because I feel like it takes away a lot of the experience in that moment. But it is freeing. You know, I feel like life gives you what you need in that moment. So if some of you are not going to be in my life anymore in 2 years, that doesn't mean that the connection I had with you right now was not important, or I didn't love you, you know? Yeah, but that's hard because
so real. That's very true.
I do look back at a lot of friendships that I made throughout the years. I was an au pair in Ireland, so of course you make strong connections with other au pairs because you need to make strong connections because you are alone in a new country and you kind of need to connect with other alone people in a new country. So
build a
you
community.
Build those really strong friendships really quickly. I'm so bad at chatting and keeping contact. And sometimes I do feel bad about it because I'm like, does it mean that I didn't like love them enough? And I don't think that's true.
No.
I know. Kind of hard though. Because in that moment, you feel like that person is like the most special person on earth. And you're like, oh my God, it's been 2 years and I didn't hear from them and I still love them. I don't know. It's hard.
Love doesn't have an expiration date.
Yeah.
Love does not have to be measured in points of contact. It's an emotion. It's felt, not something that we have to put any sort of label or expectation on.
Can I don't want I don't want to act like I'm obsessed with Harry Styles, but can I just say something really quick? Coming Up Roses.
Oh my God.
One of his new songs in the new album. I'm gonna quote Harry Styles because he was doing an interview with Zane Lowe and he was talking about Coming Up Roses and he said, and I'm quoting, not everything has to last forever in order for it to be special. I think some of the greatest relationships in your life that teach you something don't last forever. So wise.
It is so wise.
So wise, so wonderful. No, brilliant, fascinating. It just encapsulates what we said. Like, I see why I love Harry Styles.
Yeah, I do see why you love Harry Styles.
But that is true. It doesn't mean that if it doesn't last forever, it's less valuable and it's less. Yeah.
No. There's more room for true intimacy when you know how much time you have for this love. I think it just means that you have realistic expectations and boundaries, and then your pursuit of that love will be so much greater because you know exactly how much of yourself you have to give, and then you can freely give all of that.
Oh, that's amazing though, isn't it? You just gotta change perspective. When you feel scared and when you feel sad about it, you just gotta change perspective. Your 20s are all about changing perspective. Every time you feel behind, every time you feel like you don't know what you're doing, just think, what an opportunity.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, next. Being busy is not the same as building something. A full schedule can hide a lack of direction. Movement is not always progress. Oh my god.
Well, I
I'm scared.
feel very called out by that. As someone who just
See.
admitted to being a people pleaser who says yes and to like every sentence in life. What a hard truth about your 20s. That is very true and
It's very
very
true.
easy to fall into, I will
Yeah.
say.
Because sometimes I feel like if I don't have a full calendar, I'm not achieving enough.
Yes. No, I know exactly what you mean. If my GCal isn't like screaming by the amount of stuff I've put into it, have I achieved anything?
It's important to sit down with your schedule and being like, okay, is this actually helping me building something for my career if that's what I want, or achieving a goal I have, or do I just need to see my day filled with things, even if are things that are not serving me? And then you gotta also balance it with the time for yourself, you know? Like it's hard because when you are one of those people that are like, I need to fill up my calendar,
Mm-hmm.
then the problem will be when do you carve out some time for yourself?
And I'm going to out myself a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe that's why we do it.
Oh,
You know what I
interesting.
mean? I
I
think maybe
do.
partially
Mm-hmm.
we are filling our calendars to such an extent so that
Mm-hmm.
we don't have to do that, sit down with ourselves and check in. Sometimes it's easier to keep moving than to take a beat and kind of listen to yourself and be like, is this really aligning with what my intuition is telling me and what 6-year-old day wants and what 26-year-old day wants? Like, is this aligning with the version of myself that I'm hoping to become?
And then it's really a hard truth because it means that a full schedule can hide a lack of direction.
Mm-hmm.
It can mean that all those things you're doing are not actually serving you for a bigger purpose or like actually things you need in your life,
Mm-hmm.
but are just there to fill it up.
Yeah.
You know, your 20s are the years where you need to keep pushing and get ahead of everyone and do 100 things and build that CV. Can we just say it's really hard to not feel behind when people want you to feel behind all the time.
Yes.
But closing this bracket. So if we have all of these people shouting in our ears telling us you gotta do 100 things, how are we not supposed to feel like we need to do 100 things?
That's really true. It's this like echo chamber of expectation from society. And also, it's a little bit of a generational thing. Our
Mm.
generation has it so much harder than a lot of these previous
Mm.
generations because we have to work so much harder to get to the same baseline
Mm.
as what some of these other generations did when they were the same age. It's a different world for sure. And I think knowing that doesn't make it any easier to navigate.
It's like it's nice to get all those advices, but at the same time, it's like you get a lot of contradictory ones because, as you said, the generation before our generation had just a different life.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna give us advices that maybe do not apply fully to what is could serve us, you know.
That is a hard truth.
Hard truth.
It's a day of hard truths. But you know what? I think the longer you stare at a hard truth, the less scary it becomes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
I feel good about that. I think that's true. The
Mm.
more you look at something that scares you, the less scary it is.
You just gotta face it.
Yeah, you just gotta face it head on.
All right. Next
All
one.
right, the next one. You will outgrow versions of yourself. This is something I could talk about endlessly for the rest of my life.
Really
Truly.
cute.
I think it is so essential to recognize that you not only are going to change, but you must. You must be changing.
Oh, that's
If
scary.
you are not changing,
Why am I so scared?
Julia, if you're not
Yeah.
changing, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, what is the point? What is
Mm-hmm.
the point in literally anything? You are going to outgrow who you are right now. As much as you love this, Julia,
Mm.
as much as I love this day, in 10 years, we will be someone completely different. And that doesn't mean that like who we are now isn't beautiful. It just means that we were who we needed to be for ourselves in that season of our life. And a
Mm-hmm.
new season has come, and now we are who we need to be for that season.
Wow. I think that the reason why my first instinct is to say that it is scary
Mm-hmm.
is because I feel probably really nostalgic sometimes about
Mm.
some previous versions of myself.
Mhm.
Sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh my god, look how cute.
Yeah.
Look how cute I was with my fears and my insecurities. Those fears and insecurities are pretty much still the same.
Mhm.
I feel really protective of that little Giulia.
You should feel protective of
But
your little Giulia. Nostalgia is
yeah.
just love reshaped.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of little Giulia. I don't know, it's cute and scary at the same
It is.
time.
So
But that's true. You
yeah.
need to outgrow the version of yourself. You're still gonna be the same person, but you need to be different because
Mhm.
what's the point? Like, you need to do it for yourself.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
wow.
love that you said that you're proud of little
I
Giulia.
am.
I'm also proud of little Day. If I could say something to like 10-year-old Day,
Mm.
I would say I'm proud of the excitement to try new things.
Oh.
Kind of put myself out on a limb, and I was a quiet kid, but if you really got me into the mood, like I could talk to anyone about anything for
Mm.
hours, and I was proud of her for that. I think it's good to take up space and to recognize that space is there to be taken up. What are
Yay.
you proud of for 10-year-old Giulia?
10-year-old Giulia. I'm proud of her for like pushing through a bit,
Mm-hmm.
allowing herself to see all the beauty around her. When I
Mm-hmm.
was young, I could close myself up really easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really proud of allowing myself to test myself. I would tell her, girl, you travel the world by yourself. You'll be fine. So I'm proud of her for taking her own space and time,
Mm-hmm.
but then realizing that there's more out there.
There is more out
Yeah,
there. There's
nice.
always more out there.
There is. That's cutesy.
This is really cutesy. I love
Yes.
it.
Okay. Next one.
Time moves faster than you think. This is an interesting place to go after that 10-year-old
Yes.
conversation. The decade passes quickly. Stop waiting for the right time to start your life, career, or goals. I made a little note underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that someone told me recently, and
Oh.
I've been thinking about it like every morning, Julia. Time is going to pass anyways,
Mm-hmm.
so you might as well just start now. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
if you, let's say I hadn't started my photography business,
Mm-hmm.
right? It was something I always wanted to do, but I just didn't do it. Well, the time is going to pass anyway. I could either be 25 and start it now or 35. That's not going to matter. Time is going to continue
Mm-hmm.
to slip through my fingers. It's up to me to catch it and decide what I want to do with it.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I feel like for a lot of the hard truth that we're talking about, I
Mm-hmm.
feel bittersweet. But I feel bittersweet because I'm not good at it. I'm still not good at those things.
What do you mean?
Um,
How do you mean?
okay, so example. Time is going to pass anyways. You might as well start now. I'm one of those people that really struggles to start something when I get the feeling that I want to start something instead. I have the silly little habit of being like, no, I gotta wait for the right moment. This is
Mm.
not the right moment. And even for relationships, actually,
Oh, that's very true.
I'm actually holding myself out of dating right now. There's too much going on in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot allow myself to date right now. I can. I can actually. I
Yeah.
could do whatever I want.
Yes, you
I
can.
could. You don't know how things are gonna go,
Mm-hmm.
anyways. You cannot assume that something is going the way you think it's gonna go because it's probably not gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Why am I stopping myself in doing things because I'm like, that sure is not gonna work out? You don't know. If I keep that mindset, it's not gonna serve me well. I gotta really
If you,
switch it
yeah.
up a bit.
If you tell yourself no, that's the end. You have to
Yes.
open up the conversation to other people in the rest of the world and figure out what it wants to tell you. Because if you're like, no, I can't do that, well, then no, of course you can't because you shut down the conversation.
I also just read something really related to this. It's like, stop being the first person in the room saying no to yourself. If someone
Mm-hmm.
is gonna say no to you, it could be someone else. Even for a job application.
Yeah.
Don't be the one being like, I'm not qualified enough for this. Just apply.
Just
If it's a no,
apply.
it's gonna be a no. But stop
Yeah.
being the one that is saying no to themselves.
There's no benefit in being like, I want to open that door and then locking it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it does not help you in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. Time moves quickly, so we may as well,
Make the most of it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just try it.
I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to be like
No.
the 80-year-old in in bed and be like, oh my God, when I was 20, I could have traveled the world. Why did I not then?
Yeah,
You
why
know?
not? And we already know that we're going to feel that way. So why not
Mm-hmm.
just go and do it? That's
Exactly.
so
And
true.
it's hard because, like, sometimes it's easier to stay in, like, the familiarity and the comfort. It's easy
Mm-hmm.
to not push yourself too much when you already have a lot on your plate.
Yeah. It
It's
is.
hard, but you gotta do
You got to do it.
it. Okay.
Speaking about like, it's not failure, it's growth. I will say that there's some value in failure because you learn from it. And that's, I think, where a lot of growth does come from. But I think sometimes, like, if you're scared to make that jump and to make the most of the time, a funny thing that you can do is just kind of set a goal for failure. And I know that sounds so odd, but I did
Yeah,
this
please
last,
elaborate.
yes, I know that sounds super weird. I did this last year when I was submitting poems to a bunch
Okay.
of magazines. Instead of going for like, I want to be accepted. Nope, that was not gonna, because then
Mm.
every time I got rejected, which happens all the time, then I was going to be upset about it. So instead, I made the goal I want 100 rejections by the end of the year. So then I'm applying and I'm sending them in and I'm getting these rejections and it really doesn't
Wow.
bug me because, hey, I'm one rejection closer to my goal. That's 100 times I put myself out on a
Mm.
limb and let other people see this vulnerable piece of writing or this fun piece of writing. And I got so much more out of that than I would have just going after one acceptance. It was so much more fun.
That's
Like I'd
really
have
beautiful.
parties, I'd invite people over. I'm like, we hit 50 and we'd
Mm.
cheers and have a great night, you know.
That's
I
really
think it's more
beautiful.
fun. You can celebrate failure.
You should, because it means you put yourself out there.
Mhm.
Of course, that's probably why it's scary to do hard things, because
Mhm.
it could go wrong.
Yeah.
It could go wrong, but it means you did that
Yeah.
instead of staying locked in your room. And it's nice and comfortable to not do hard things. Hard things are hard because they can come with rejection, as you said.
Oh, that was a good one.
But yeah, you should be
Yeah.
proud of yourself for getting to 100 rejections, because one, it means you put yourself out there 100 times, but
Mhm.
also, like, I can just assume how many acceptances then did you get? You know what I mean? Do you say
Yeah.
acceptances?
Yeah,
Yeah,
acceptances.
kind of.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
means you achieve something. Like, those failures actually served you to achieve something.
No, they did.
Hmm.
Absolutely. If you didn't get those other failures, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have gotten the
Mm-hmm.
acceptances that I did because I wouldn't
Yeah.
have applied in the first place.
It's also easy to fall into the mistake of being like, if I cannot do something right the first time, that is not meant for me.
Mm.
That's not how it works.
No.
You gotta fail so many times and you gotta try so many times. It's scary, but it's how it works. You gotta put yourself out there. I can just think about, now that we are working a lot with authors and
Mhm.
edit their story. I'm sorry, guys, but the first draft of a story, it's not that good.
It's not meant to be, but
And
no,
it's
it's
not
really
meant
not.
to be
Yeah.
good. But that's why you try and you try and you try and you exercise and you practice
Mhm.
to get good. Like, do not expect to not fail the first time. You may fail the first time, and
Mhm.
that's fine. It just means, like, you're growing.
Yeah.
It's all about growth.
Oh,
Nice.
it's beautiful.
Ah,
Very nice.
beautiful.
Oh, it's really good. We are saying some things today. I'm a
We
fan.
are. Okay.
All right.
One last one.
Our last one. Okay, this is our last hard hitting truth of our 20s that we're going to talk about today. And it says, you are allowed to start again.
We talked about it a bit already. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's a good one to close it off with, because it ties back to kind of everything we said.
Yeah.
Allowing yourself to grow, allowing yourself to change, allowing yourself to failure. Can I just say something?
Yes, you may. Please do, actually.
Lately, I keep getting these little hints, especially from media I'm consuming,
Mm-hmm.
that are just telling me a dream can change shape without losing its worth. And it's really beautiful. I feel like all these books and movies are coming at me at the right time. There's a Bollywood movie we watched together. I'm not gonna
Oh
try
my
to
gosh. Yeah,
attempt
yes, yeah.
to even pronounce that title. And there is another book that I read that is called Spectacular Things by Beck Doris Stein.
Mm-hmm.
Please read that book. But, anyways, the whole concept is that a person's dream can change, and it doesn't mean you're betraying your dream. So you shouldn't feel grief or shame for not making it. It's just a new purpose. And I feel like that's so important for me to learn, because sometimes I'm like, I have to keep the same dream. I
Mm.
have to keep the same dream. I work so hard for this. Even like working in the publishing industry and getting a job in the publishing industry, that's what I want right now. It's serving me for now. This dream is serving me now. But
Mm-hmm.
like, if I ever get to a point where I want to change, that is absolutely fine.
Yes, it
I have to
is.
chill down because now I'm like, no, I left everyone. I left family, friends, my country. My parents are paying for a master for a specific job. I gotta get this job full
Mm-hmm.
stop. I actually don't. I can
No.
chill, right?
Yeah, I think if your dream serves you, that's great. If you're serving your dream, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you start trying to serve a dream rather than letting a dream serve yourself, it becomes an expectation. And that's not the point of a dream.
Mm-hmm.
The point of a dream is self fulfillment, not self isolation
Mm-hmm.
or subscription.
That's true. When you load it of expectations,
Mm-hmm.
then it can go the wrong way. It cannot serve you anymore. And you have to ask yourself, do I have to do this or do I want to do this?
Mm-hmm.
In Italy, we have a say,
Oh, beautiful. Please share.
and it's like, l'unica cosa che dobbiamo è
Mm-hmm.
morire. The only thing you must do in life is to die. I'm sorry.
No,
But
I've
it
heard that
is.
before. I've
Did
heard that
you?
before, yes.
You don't have to. You don't have to do anything. Do you want to do something? Go ahead.
Mhm.
Enjoy it. If not, you're allowed to start again. Yeah, I kind of took another direction, but
No, it's a good
yes,
direction, though. That's very
you're
true.
allowed for like everything in your life, friends, career. Yeah.
Is there an example of a time, Julia, that you have started again, that you changed your dream?
Oh.
Maybe. I'll say I have my undergrad is in English with concentration in poetry. And originally I was a vocal performance major. Like that was it. That's
Mm,
what I was going to do. And then halfway through I was like, this isn't really realistic for me. I
okay.
can't hear out of one of my ears. I cannot hear the notes on the piano from my ear
Mm.
training test. This is not it. And I can still love music and be fine. But I shifted that dream. And now here I am in the UK making a podcast with my best friend. Like dreams change.
Mm-hmm.
And so do we. I think that's
They
beautiful.
do.
What about you?
I don't know that it happened already,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like it will soon, or at least I should be open for it to happen soon because in my head right now, I'm like, if I don't find a job in the UK, I'm a failure.
Mm,
I'm not.
mm-mm.
And I have to be open to the fact that, okay, maybe it was a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And it is still a dream, and I'm still trying
Yeah.
to achieve that. But if I have to go back to Italy, or if I have to work anywhere else in the world, that's okay. It didn't happen yet because I was always really focused on the publishing industry.
Mm-hmm.
But I can mold the dream a bit, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
So, yes!
Oh, that's really good.
That was today's episode. I
That
really hope you
was.
guys enjoyed it. I think and I believe some things resonated with you, and I hope they did because maybe we were good enough to give you a couple of advices on that. Maybe it was useful to listen to our chit chat. I hope it was.
I hope so as well. I think it was helpful for us at least. No, it was a lovely episode. I'm so glad we talked about this.
I
Hard hitting
do.
truths of our
I am
20s.
really happy about it as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing good.
We're doing great. We're doing great, Julia.
All right. Well, thank you for listening then. We're gonna keep going with our chit chat, don't you worry. Every other Tuesday, 10 a.m. So
We will see you there. On Life and Starting Now, this was the Go Go Juice Podcast.